All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other placements that you want to, that you have air signs. Or maybe you don't have any major placements and this could still be for you. It is my intention there's something in here for everyone. And my readings are timeless, so whenever you catch this is the right time for you. And yeah, I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I will be clarifying with some other decks. And I have let the universe choose a song for you, and the title of that song is Party Down, which is awesome. I mean, right away that just speaks to me of like needing to just have some fun. Wherever you've been pushing yourself too hard, trying to control things, hang on to things, it's time to just kind of let loose and have a good time. Good morning, Princess K. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, but it's interesting because I'll dive into the reading here. It's very, very spiritual. This is a very spiritual reading, very much about connecting with your higher power. And so we start with deep knowing. And this is a card that's all about getting in touch with your intuition, which is your direct line to your higher power. That is the place where you receive your information from your higher power. And it gives you the ability to be able to see beyond the surface of things, to be able to read between the lines. And that's what's required right now, is to really tap into that understanding, that knowing, and ultimately that wisdom. And then we get higher power. And so it's like, it's this connection that you have. Darlene Lisa, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, and thank you all for liking and subscribing and sharing if you feel inspired. Always appreciate that. Yeah, this is knowing that the universe has your back, really connecting in through meditation, through prayer, through whatever spiritual practice keeps you connected, knowing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and everything that's happening in your life is happening for a reason. There is a divine plan, and surrendering to that. And I kind of feel like this is where this song comes in. Gregory Wright, hello. I'm telling you right now, it starts with tapping into your inner knowing, into your intuition. Yeah, you, I'm kind of getting the sense that you've been trying to control things in a way. You've been trying to create certain outcomes through willpower, thinking that you have to do it all on your own. And these cards are saying, actually, you want to give the power back into the hands of the universe. That, your higher power knows better than you do ultimately. And what happens when you do that is it releases you, it opens you, it makes you less constricted. Because then there's trust, then there's faith, then there's just like, okay, being in the flow, and like, I'm just going to be open to whatever comes, because it's going to come in the right time. Lots of guns and body armor, trying to control things. That's one way to try to do that. um, but ultimately, when you can release control, when you can get into the flow, that's when you can start having fun. Party down, right? Party when you're in that mode of partying and having fun, you are not thinking about anything else but where you are right now, just having a great old time. So there's really this sense of giving it all up to spirit, to source, to higher power, whatever you want to call it, so that you can just have fun and enjoy the moment. And we have by the book, which is all about surrendering to the universal laws. And there are many, and I don't know them all, but there are several that are mentioned in the book. The law of abundance, the law of attraction, the law of karma, the law of nature. There's it, it's understanding that there are these laws that govern us. And when we tap into our intuition and get into the flow, we are naturally aligned with those laws rather than resisting them, which is, like the law of karma. If you're going against whatever in your life, you're doing something you know shouldn't be doing, you're going to pay the consequences. Be free and become wealthy. Don't we all? Yes. And I talk about that a lot on this channel, which is, in order to become free, in order to become wealthy, you have to open your valve. You have to raise your vibration. And how do you do that? You focus on anytime you have fear, you have any kind of stuff, emotions, kind of the lower vibrational stuff that comes up, you sit with it, you allow it, you thank it. The part of you that is feeding you those feelings is trying to protect you ultimately. And so you acknowledge it and you thank it and you allow it to be there rather than resisting it and fighting against it, and then you're tapping in to the higher energies. So which raises your vibration, and then you're opening your valve, you're feeling happier, and then all the good things come in, right? And so I think that's what's really happening here, is this is just you really getting into the flow of life, of being really tapped in, really tuned in to this deeper sense of who you are, of your life and how you're connected, that there's so much more than what we see in this 3D reality. You believe in karma. Whenever you pass a homeless person on your way to work, you offer them food and supplies. That's so awesome. Yeah, because we're all connected, right? And the more that you give, the more you receive. It's a natural, that's another one. The law of giving and receiving, I think, is what it's called. There's always a balance. And being human, we're always in this state of flux of trying to find the balance. The pendulum is always swinging. And this is you understanding that and allowing the universe to course correct you whenever you're getting out of balance. You're tapped in and you're like, okay, being in the flow, you get moved back to center, as close to center as possible, at least. So let's look at the good tarot. Two of Earth. Yeah, this is all about balance, finding the balance. Lone wolf type. Don't think much about expanding your life. Well, you're here. So I think that maybe you're starting to think about another way of being. Because I mean, there's something in you that, yeah, We all have our fears, but ultimately that's what life is about, is expanding ourselves, expanding our perception, and ultimately being able to love bigger and better than we ever have before, to change in a positive way that serves us and serves the world. And this is all about the balance. This is all about this card in particular speaks about the balance between work and play. Needing to have, like, if you spend a lot of time working, that's great. You always want to try and get a handle on your finances, but make sure that you make the time to have fun, to party down. That is a part of the balance. That is one of the universal laws of, you know, the universal laws of work and play. I don't know if that is one, but I'll say it is. So yeah, there's finding balance. And then we have the Seven of Air. And this is a wonderful card because it's all about nonconformity, dancing to the beat of your own drum, being very independent, showing up as yourself, being very tapped in to who you are, being your most authentic self in your integrity. And you are able to do this because you are so tapped in to your higher power. And Four of Water. This is needing to take the time to contemplate, to go within and consider where you've been. Sometimes this can be about just, maybe things haven't, maybe you're in a place in your life where things haven't gotten to where you want them to be. You're feeling a little stuck, or you're feeling a little disappointed, or whatever, but it's allows you this time to consider how you might course correct, to go within and tap into your intuition. Anytime we have those periods where we kind of feel like we're in limbo or transition, it's really important because that's when we can get some of our best sort of aha moments, those light bulb moments where we're like, oh, had I not taken the time to contemplate, then I wouldn't have had the space to receive this new idea that now I can, run with and go in a new direction with. All right, so let's look at the Oracle Tarot. Steady process. It is a steady process to get tapped in. It's a part of being human. We are always learning. We always have new things to wrap our brain around, to improve ways in which we can improve ourselves, improve our lives. It doesn't all just come and then we're done. And this lands on the Two of Earth, which is around work. So I feel like there's definitely a part of, one of the laws is the law of compensation, knowing that the effort you put in is what you're going to receive back. And it takes time to build what you want. And getting yourself to a more financially stable place. And the world, rewards, expansion, and destiny. Yes, because rewards come on the heels of putting in the effort, taking those consistent baby steps that get you what you want. Yes. You're on a path. This is a part of your destiny. This time of waking up, of connecting, of really understanding how connected you really are to your higher power. Going within, tapping into your intuition. And reflection, 6 of Cups. Looking in the cupboard of your heart. I love this card because it's just like you're looking back on everything that has happened. You're considering where you've given some cups away, but you're looking at all the ones that you still have, reflecting on what has brought you to this moment. And that it is all part of your ultimate destiny. You needed to go through the things you went through in your past to get you where you are now. And it's all beautiful. It's all part of the divine plan, even if it didn't feel like it in the moment. Okay, I'm going to go to the Osho Zen Tarot. Existence. This is the Magician in other decks. This is about being so tapped in to your higher power. I mean, that's what it really speaks to me about, being tapped into the magic. That you are a human being, you're supported by this planet, you're here for a reason, but you're always connected to the cosmos. You are the conduit between heaven and earth. You are that connection. And understanding that is what gives you your power. You are connected to all things, all people. Oh, politics. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Darlene. This is a very interesting card. I mean, this is the card of deception, lies, someone wearing a false mask, not being true, not being authentic. This could be, I mean, there's a couple things. This could be, a part of yourself that maybe how you used to show up was not fully in your integrity. But you're starting to understand as you get connected to your higher power, you're starting to get it. You're starting to see like this way of being ultimately holds you back. However, there's another message here that I feel like as you become more, as you step more into yourself and become more unwilling to bend to other people's will, where you're just like, no, I am myself. This is how I show up. This is who I am and what I believe in. There are going to be people who are going to have a very hard time with this, with you stepping into your power. There are going to be people who are going to try to hold you down, hold you back. It's kind of a part of it, of as you awaken, as you move up the spiritual ladder, so to speak, you will meet resistance. And this is why it's so important to tap in to your inner knowing, to your intuition. This is where you get those divine downloads, where you can read between the lines and be like, oh, oh, I kind of see. There's something going on. There's the man behind the curtain. And ultimately, you don't let it phase you because you know that you're protected. The universe has your back. You're gonna go where you need to go. Whoever shows up this way in your life, they will meet their karma. Absolutely. Laziness. This is so interesting in this deck that this is this card, because normally this card is such a positive card, you know? Yay! That's cool. I'm glad it's accurate. It's a card of having done the work of having gotten yourself to this place of fulfillment and completion, having done all these great things in your life, you're feeling really happy. But in this card in particular, laziness, I kind of feel like you don't want to, there's a saying, you don't want to rest on your laurels, which I don't know what laurels are, but ultimately, you want to remember that wherever you are in your life, however good it is, that you want to stay humble. You want to remember that there's always more to learn. There's always a next step to take, that you don't just get there and then you can kick back and be done, because we're never done. There's always some more rocks to break, something jabbing us. And so to stay aware of that and be able to, continue doing the work, that inner work, that shadow work. It never ends. Don't become complacent, no matter how good things look. Because I think you're moving to a place where things are gonna look really good. And oftentimes when things are really good, we're like, oh, whatever, I don't need to focus on the inner work so much. Like, typically it's when something really big and crazy happens in your life that you're like, oh my God, like, I didn't used to believe in God or higher power, but if there is one, please help me, and that's when we really start to get tapped in. But when things are good, we're like, oh yeah, everything's fine. And so you just want to remember to continue the work even when things are good. Yeah. Okay. So where are we at? Lots of talking today. I wanna go to Wisdom of Avalon. Wisdom of Avalon. What do you have to say? The horse accepting help from another. Knowing who is safe to accept help from and who you want to, move along. And that's where, reading between the lines, tapping into your intuition comes in real handy. And there are people in your life who want to assist you, who want to help you. And be willing to delegate so that you can party down and have fun. If you are working a lot on building your finances, give somebody else the reins for a little bit. You don't have to do it all yourself. And sometimes another person can bring something new and fresh and different to the table that can help boost you. The hawk, omens and messages from your higher power through your intuition. Yeah. Because your higher power has that bigger perspective, can see so much farther, sees the details as well as the big picture. And that's why releasing the need to control is so great, because then like I've been saying, it puts you in the flow. The bee, luck, industriousness, and sweet victory. I love this card. Yeah, bees are so cool. And this is you putting in the work. This is you not being lazy. That you keep making that honey. You keep putting the effort in because that's where you get your sweet victory. And yeah, you can sit back and have fun and party down. You just don't want to become complacent and stop the work and think you're done. Bees are never done. And luck. I don't necessarily agree with the word luck because it makes it seem like, something happening randomly. I don't think anything's random. I think it's more about the good fortune that comes to you when you put the effort in, and that's your reward. Okay, let's look at the Spirit Animal Oracle. Parrot Spirit, watch your words. This has been coming up a lot lately for a lot of my readings. Watch what you say to others, and more importantly, watch what you say to yourself. Your words have so much power. Everything is vibration, including your words, including your thoughts. It's one of the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your thought when you can. The 4 agreements they're so simple, but they are so difficult to actually master. I highly recommend checking that out if you haven't. Miguel Ruiz. But ultimately, let your words uplift and inform and support, encourage whoever it is there for, yourself, other people. The more you can support yourself and uplift yourself, encourage yourself, the more you'll be able to show up that way for others. And it acts as a magnet and it brings it right back to you. Stag Spirit, take the lead. It's all up to you. It's all in your hands. I was drawn to this card, which is all about following the universal laws. It's kind of you, because you're in touch with your higher power through your intuition. It allows you to move to the head of the pack. You're able to lead others to this place of knowing within themselves. And maybe that's why it's important to watch your words, because you are meant to be a way shower. Wombat Spirit, be at home. That's so cool. When I was shuffling this deck, this card showed itself to me. Be at home within yourself. Be comfortable within your own skin with who you are. You are different than anyone else. You are so unique and awesome. And this is owning that in such a powerful way. And it's not from a place of ego. It's from a place of being truly connected, knowing that you are connected to everything in the world, in the universe. You are a reflection of everything you see around you. Everything is a reflection of you. And know that you can be at home. You can be comfortable being at home in your life, in yourself, because you are so much more. And the universe keeps reminding you of that. And as you tap in deeper and deeper, that knowing the knowing becomes deeper and deeper and the understanding. So yeah, there it is. What an amazing reading. I love when the readings go all spiritual like this, because it's such a great reminder that we're not in this alone. We do have assistance when we broaden our vision of ourselves and our lives, you know? So, anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, darling Lisa, so much for your assistance. Really appreciate you. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.